Ma, nasan yung puting medyas ko? Nako, nandyan lang yan. Kakalaba ko lang nun. Wala eh. Puro itim lang yung nandito. Tignan mong maigi. Tinignan ko na po. Wala talaga. Ay, naku talaga naman. Oh, ito. Thanks, Ma. Good day, JERbers. This is Jer and welcome to my journey. Nandito tayo ngayon para pag-usapan ng age of independence.
I definitely haven't reached it yet.
So, by this age, meron niya akong boyfriend pero wala naman.
There's this notion before na when you reach 20, independent ka na. Pero now that I'm here, ay hindi pala ganun. Ang hirap.
I don't think I'm 30. I'm still living with my mom.
2020, basically. Hindi ko na na-appreciate yung pagiging independent.
Kahit kailan hindi ako nag-independent.
That's it. When you die.
Hi!
What's your name?
Sapir idea or 4? James Kinati Salvador 11.
JERney.
Valerie.
Carl Agassi S. Paterno.
Well, full name?
21 years old. Jordan Salvador. I'm 21 years old.
Hi, I'm Claire. I'm 22.
I'm John. I'm 22.
Squidward. 23.
Yeah, 23.
Kevin Martinez. I am 24. I feel like I'm 12 sometimes.
Renzo. 24.
I'm Kate. I'm 25.
Prince Shakur, 25.
Eli Hiller.
26 years old.
Midnight. 88 pounder. 27 years old.
Mario Balitkid, 69.
I'm not sure if you'll be able to understand this question, but what do you think is the age of independence?
18.
18? You think?
I will work. 14. Kasi nag-mature na sila pati abot din nila yung birthday.
Bakit? Siguro, mga parents, pag tumanda, pag nag-college, ikaw na lang mag-isa.
When you end your teen life, basically that 20 and above, because makes you responsible for who you want to be in the future and shape yourself to know what you are exactly and what's your purpose in this world, to achieve your dreams and maybe someday be that dream you always wanted to be.
I think it would be after college, probably 23, 22. Kasi it's the time for you na mag-ipon ng pera for your own, tapos save things for yourself. Umiwalay ka na rin din sa parents mo kasi nalagaan ka nila, naruga ka nila for how many years, and it's the perfect timing for you to be independent.
20 years old.
Wow!
Or maybe I'd say 18 is a very Western answer. So maybe 18 to 21, the end of adolescence of males. I guess that's a good age range for independence.
When you reach 20?
So, you think you're independent now since 22 ka na?
No. We're practicing.
7. But our parents don't allow us to be independent because we're still babies. We're still kids. 7, I think, is the age where you want to start exploring. Realistically, the age of independence was when you're entering adulthood. So I would say like 25. Once you're 7, I believe, you realize, oh, I'm actually a separate human being from them. So I actually want to do my own SHIT, my own stuff.
As young as you want it to be. I feel like you really feel it within yourself and you can support yourself and not have to be dependent on your parents. Just go out there for yourself if you can.
I think it's not on the age, pero it's more like how yung mentality mo. Wala naman specific age, as long as sa tingin mo na-establish mo na independence mo.
21 kasi ako pinabayaan. Actually, dati pa pinabayaan. Hindi naman sa pinabayaan. Parang ako na lang din yung nag-happy. Pero huwag ka pa din sila.
16 or 17. I mean, I'm from the US, but I think for me, in my context, until you get your first job where you can work, you basically have enough income, maybe leave the house, maybe buy a car, buy gas, have rent. So to me, like, that's the age where it's possible to live on your own.
There's many different ages. There's varying independence that occurs. You can have it like when you're 16, you have the ability to drive in the US. When you're 18, you're legal around to do certain things.
Dati, akala ko, kasi di ba pag nanonood ng mga Disney and such yun, makikita mo sa mga movies, dun sa mga other countries, yung 18, yung legal age na sinasabi nila, it's either 18 or 21. So parang, na-expect ko before na by 18 na parang yung iba, they move out of their parents' house and such. In the Filipino culture, hindi talaga nagiging independent yung people from their families. Since close family ties, lahat talaga dependent with each other. As an individual naman, it varies per person kung ano yung kinoconsider nila on how they will be independent in terms of yung identity nila as a person.
Target is like now, as soon as possible. Right now, I'm having a hard time trying to get out of the house and then be independent.
Yeah. Not unusual. Yes, for Filipinos.
I don't know if there's a defined age of independence. I think
different people are independent in different ways at different times. For me, I guess I would say I became more or less independent a little earlier because I've just always kind of been a do-it-yourself, really organized, kind of person.
I don't think there's an age of independence. The age is just some marker you put to yourself.
Ay, sa edad na maging independent, ay naku. Ang hirap yata. Tanong niya kasi bakit independent? Ngayon na hindi na ako independent kasi wala na akong trabaho eh. Mga anak ko lang nang inaasahan ko.
How would you define independence?
Make my own shit, make my own money, and export myself.
Kaya mo na mag-isip ng sarili mong galaw.
Young people say they're independent usually means, I guess, some sort of financial independence.
When you can handle everything, financially and also mental-wise, character-wise.
Financial independence, so you're working, you're able to support yourself. Emotional independence, to me, is like you have a friend group that can listen to you and support you. That isn't necessarily your family, because family isn't always that supportive. Having that thought in your head, like, hey, this is something I want to do. Am I going to do it? And then having the courage to do that, understanding your own autonomy, and having a way to exercise it, see what happens.
Pag nakilala mo na yung sarili mo, dun ka na magiging parang independent talaga. Parang you can do everything your own. Tama ba yung English yak? You can do everything on your own. Ayun.
Being able to do things on your own, more of being self-reliant.
I have to pay the bills. If I want to eat, I have to buy food or cook. Paying bills is just paying the dorm, so it's easy. No one's really looking out for me, or not looking out for me, but no one's waiting for me when I will get home. And it's not cool. That's my experience.
Different parts of me became independent at different times. So like I walked to school by myself when I was like 6 or 7. I went to college when I was 18. I moved abroad when I was 23. But every different age, you kind of get different elements of independence or find different elements of independence in yourself, I guess.
When you're able to trust yourself. Sure, you can be independent, meaning like you could live away from your family or away from anyone. You could be alone wherever and on your own. But I think it's more of mentality. If you're able to really trust yourself and like trust your abilities as an individual, then I think you're really independent.
You're no longer under the authority of your parents. I think as you go on in life, you become more and more independent to an extent. Then maybe you realize that being too independent is not a good thing. Maybe it's good to have some form of dependence on like friends or people, because then you're still always striving for like independence. It's just something that's not healthy.
I don't really think that comes with age. It's more of a mindset and an environment where if you're like me, you have a safety net and you're not very dedicated towards advancing your career, then I guess independence is kind of a long ways off. So we just kind of like ease into that. For some people, I guess, they really want to hustle their way to being self-sufficient. It really depends from person to person. So I guess it's not a question of what age should you be independent. It's more of when do you really want yourself to be independent, or do you want to be independent at all?
Independence is when your source of happiness, well-being, you know, that's all within yourself.
What is your like state?
Still baby, joke. Bagay pa ako, hindi ko pa kaya gawin ang isa. Tinuturuan ko ngayon sa sarili ko na matutunan ko. Right now, I'm practicing how to budget.
I do have a job, pero it's not enough. What I earn is not enough for me to sustain my lifestyle. I'm still heavily dependent sa parents ko. I still live with my parents. Mental-wise, I think I'm not there yet to be mature enough. Still working on it.
Dependent ako in a way. I help with my family. Hindi naman siya specifically dun sa mga gastusin sa bayan and everything. Parang I help them. Pero parang I can sustain my own lifestyle. Tinitipid ko yung sarili ko kasi parang may goal ako na by this age, kung ganyan. Ano ba? Independent sa mindset. Alam ko kung ano yung gusto ko. Tama ba?
No, pero yeah, that's interesting kasi you're taking a different view about it. Kasi usually, what people talk about, pag you're not with your parents. Pero since you're still living with your parents, right? Pero you think that you're also independent na rin.
Feeling ko pwede ka rin maging independent if you're able to help yourself and others na parang parehong okay.
I've been living in Manila my whole life. I just basically started living in Baguio 4 months ago. There's a difference, but it's not really that much of a difference in how hard it is. I thought it would be harder, but it's not that hard.
I'd say I'm fairly independent now. I mean, I live abroad, I take my own vacations, I do my own job, but you know, I also still sometimes will call my mom and say, hey, I'm looking for this thing. Where might that be in a grocery store? I function independently, but sometimes it's still nice to depend on people for small things.
I was born in California. I lived in California for 23 years. Went to college there. And then at age 24, I moved here to the Philippines. And I've I've been here for almost a year.
Alone, right?
Yeah, alone. Alone with the mentality of a 7-year-old.
Well, since you said you were 7 when you got independent, so I think you're fine if that's the case.
I guess so.
I started being independent back then. Until now, currently studying in University of Baguio. Syempre, medyo nakakamiss din yung moments na hindi ka masyado mag-isa kasi once you start being independent, you become alone. So that's where you begin thinking of the future and the coming days and how you'll spend it. Coming from Manila, now currently studying here in Baguio, mas na-challenge ako to apply my independence since I'm far away from my family. I only have my cousin. Pareho kaming nag-struggle. It's not that hard. But at the same time, we're learning from our mistakes in budgeting, money, time, and effort. Hindi talaga ako fan. Hindi ko na na-appreciate yung pagiging independent kasi mahirap nga. Pero hindi ka naman matututo kung hindi mo ma-experience.
Ayun, mahirap talagang hindi ko sabihin independent ako noong bata pa. Noong bata pa ako hanggang ngayon sa edad ko. Wala na. Talagang magdidepend na ako sa mga anak ko.
How do you think na you're not independent yet?
I feel like I'm on ground zero sometimes. Sobrang, everything's not okay. Yet. Yeah, it sucks.
Kasi noong time na bata pa ako, mag-asawa ko, ang dami na yung mga anak ko.
Opo.
Sila. Ngayon na, yun, baliktad. Kaya hindi ako pwedeng mag-independent. Sila ang inaasahan ko talaga.
Opo. Meron akong tinanong na 69-year-old tapos sabi niya hindi siya independent at all pa rin. Yeah. Kasi nagde-depend ulit siya sa mga anak na niya.
Sa bagay, nga naman. Kasi no man is an island. Pag naging independent ka, hindi naman forever yun. May mga panahon na kailangan mo ng masasandalan. Yung problems, yung calamities, you need other people.
I guess in the working world, you can't really work everything out on your own. You're always going to need people to, help you out, figure things out, help you achieve your goals, help you do your work, getting new friends. They'll play an important in helping you achieve some level of sufficiency if you're trying to be independent. Only part of that is going to be all you.
Kung ikaw yung tatanungin na what age do you think will you be independent? Or are you independent now?
Definitely not. I feel like 30 would be a good age. I still have time to actually establish my independence during my 20s. So I feel like dapat by 30, kailangan establish na yung yung sarili ko. Kaya nakaka-pressure. Yun kasi yung norm, dapat. Kaya nakaka-pressure na, everything has to be okay na by the time you reach 30.
By 25, so 3 years from now, at least, ma-experience ko na how to live on your own out there.
At some point, I have to be sufficient in providing my own needs. I think still a long ways off, trying to still work within my comfort zone, still working with them. I don't think I want to be, 30 and still living with mom.
18, 21.
But since you're now 27?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for you,
I mean, if I had a time machine and go back, I would do that. But then, wala. That's like, we're here, just make the most out of it. I'm kind of scared, excited, anxious, but then it comes with it. Growth comes in all of those things. Basically, you're not growing if you're comfortable. So.
Exactly.
For me, bata pa ako. Siguro nag-start na ako maging independent around the age of 13. Sa grade school pa ako, I had to walk from my part of the school to my mom's office every day after class. I only had 100 a day. I learned to budget para mataguyod ko yung sarili ko sa buong araw, including after class. I do go to my mom's office, but of course she's working. I had to study, eat.
Personally, 20 would be, hey man, you're in your 20s now, get your act together.
I turned 17 and then I had my first year of college. 17 was the age where I experienced going out for the first time and meeting other people my age, joining the parties. I didn't have my parents support me in college, so I think 17 for me was just a very important age where I was able to experience a lot of different things. I also got to form my own opinions about the world.
I don't think anyone is ever 100% independent. People are social creatures. We always interact and depend on each other for something. Whether it's, a daily necessity or just, friendship or love or something like that.
Now in Baguio, you could say I'm independent. I just have money coming from Manila from my parents.
Asking for the age of independence is kind of a tricky question because I don't think we're ever fully independent for a variety of reasons. One is like emotionally, then like economically, striving to create a form of independence, but also realistically understanding that's impossible. Maybe when I'm like dead, that's like the only time, right? Because then you're not dependent on anything because your being no longer exists. That's it. When you die.
Has your perception changed in terms of that? Like, did you think that you were gonna be independent at a certain age when you were younger?
Okay, there's this notion before na when you reach 20, independent ka na. Or during your 20s, independent ka na. Pero now that, you know, I'm here, parang, ay, hindi pala ganun. Ang hirap.
Nung nag-work na talaga. Kasi, diba, since bata ka, madami kang expectation sa buhay na parang, ay, by this age, I'll be ganyan, I'll have this, ganyan, blah, 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 blah. Yung January this year, parang nag-decide ako na mag-evaluate ako ng self-2018 review, tapos ano yung gusto kong ma-achieve ng 2019, bucket list, goals in life for this year. I want to open a bank account for this year, na dun ko ilalagay yung savings ko. Di ba yung mga ganun dati? Parang gusto ko magkakotse, gusto ko magkabahay na.
You wanna get married at this age.
Oo, parang dati, gusto ko by this age, pero niya akong boyfriend, pero wala naman.
Your expectation is different from the reality of it. Ano, 500 days of summer?
Yeah. Since we just watched that yesterday.
Nakikita mo rin yung parang improvements mo sa sarili na parang yung it leads you to a better version of yourself.
For me, yung pinaka naging takeaway ko from everything that they said is that we really shouldn't just put that pressure on ourselves. Feeling ko kasi in every age, how we see independence is only a few years away from us. For example, my cousin who's 11, sabi niya 14. Yung mga teens, sinabi 20. Tapos those who are in their 20s, say 30. So feeling ko, yun yung dapat hindi natin gawin. We realize na older people still feel and know that they're not independent. Some of the people who are in their later 20s realize this, but some still don't. So, iba-iba pa rin talaga. Para sa akin, let's just live day by day the best we can and really not put that pressure on ourselves to be independent. Kasi nga, the answer is we're never gonna be fully independent. I feel like we just need to know when to chill and when to hustle. So this question is inspired by my friend Shake. Hello, Shake! And thank you for this very wonderful question. Kasi kahit ako napatanong, tapos I realized na people need to hear this. Because I feel like every person is going through this. Especially people who are our age, yung mga young adults. Mostly, I ask people who are in their 20s. Kasi, let's face it, we're the ones who need it the most. I feel like we're the most confused and the ones who need the most guidance. So, parang ironic pala nung sinabi ko. So that's it for this vlog. Sana may natutunan kayo kasi ako may natutunan ako from each and every one of them. And so, that's it. Thank you for being a part of our journey. See ya! Gawin natin mas mas personal. So tingin mo
meron akong gustong ano ba?
Nandyan lang yan, kakalaba. May nail polish pa.